master's degree.
So you went to school with her and you guys shared a room?
We went to, some of the time I did, but after a while I stayed up too late, so I was in a room by myself and she had one by herself. You know, you could get
Apples don't fall
room,
far from the
yeah.
tree, John. John, apple don't fall far from the tree, does it?
No. So you guys went to school together, and did you graduate at the same time?
I didn't graduate, she did.
Okay.
What year did she graduate?
Huh?
What year did she graduate?
Oh my Lord, let's see.
Had to be like in the early
It
50s?
took her, yeah, but she had to go to school in the summer and teach in the winter. That's the way we did. That's the way I did. I went one summer and took the test, and then I had a third grade certificate. That was the first.
So you could teach
I
up to
finally got a
third
first
grade?
grade. And then when I got 2 years of college in from going in the summers, then I got what they called us, the 2-year thing.
So
In those days, they didn't do it, but I got a first grade teacher. Teach for the first
She
grade
graduated in
certificate teacher for a toppest grade.
Oh.
What?
Allie graduated in
50.
56.
Yeah.
Now where did she teach school
No,
at?
that was her master's.
Yeah, that was master's.
Where did she teach
Greeley,
at? What town?
Colorado.
Where did she teach at?
School in Greeley,
Where did
Colorado.
Different towns.
Different towns?
Yeah.
But in Iowa?
Down in
Gonna put Tom in a
southern Iowa, and then up northern Iowa.
Did she ever date or marry
He
after?
weighed 26 pounds at 4 months old.
No.
What was that? I missed that.
And Allie said, no, somebody will steal him.
Oh, she was
Wouldn't let
always
it on her.
afraid that he was going to steal Tom. He had curly hair and he was real chubby like that.
They were going to put him in a contest because he weighed 26 pounds at 4 months old.
But people just loved him.
Tom, wait, that?
He was
I
like
got pictures.
he was just a big baby.
So you didn't get nothing to eat then, huh, when you was born?
No, I'm always skinny.
But he really, it was the SMA. I fed him.
What's SMA?
It's like
It
formula.
caused him- no, SMA, and it causes brain damage all the time.
Was that the milk?
No, he was on Enfamil.
Oh.
That was
Tom,
Enfamil came out when he was the most like mother's milk. It was
Oh.
Enfamil,
My kids were on SMA.
and I.
causes brain damage.
That's what I thought it was Similac they was on.
Not Jeff.
That's a problem right there.
There you go.
We got it figured out.
Was Jeff on SMA?
Yes.
Then you must have been on SMA.
But Enfamil
Jeff
came
was.
out
Well,
when John
Jeff's
was
probably
born.
younger.
No,
Jeff's younger
was
than
on
me.
that bill.
Yeah, so I'm saying that's what I'm saying. If Jeff,
How old are you now, John?
he's
58.
58.
And Jeff,
John,
so
we
Jeff,
bought the best milk that they
Jeff would be
had
10
to sell
years?
in those
About
days.
10 years
and they
younger?
still got Enfamil.
Yeah.
Bill
Let-
wants to go over
Yeah,
to,
no, I used
it don't matter what Bill wants
and
to
get
do.
some oysters.
But
It was
Brian
going
and-
to go at 5, but now Brian and
Mom.
Bonita are headed over here, so we
But we
moved that back
had to
to
put
6.
Tom on the diet.
Yeah, you had to.
Yeah.
Bill, that's what he was
So
on.
oysters at
So-
Dirty
They
Al's
finally
at
took it
6.
off the market.
So
He only
did you
waited.
guys
And then I
live in
guess
Colorado
after that,
Yeah.
we'll come
You
over
did. I didn't know you
to the
guys did.
resort and
Yeah,
go
we lived in
to,
Greeley.
Greeley.
We lived in
And that's
We went
where-
out
and
there
then-
to be with her mother.
Yeah, but you worked
Oh,
out
in
in
the lumberyard.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
And that's the whole reason you went out there was to be with your mom?
Yeah, and then
You
we
were.
later went out there and built something out at
Well, I
Lamar.
built
And so did she take care of Tom during the day or did you work?
just
No, she didn't work.
So, boys wanted to see Bill's
I stayed
trailer
home
court.
quite a while with the kids and didn't work.
They,
Yeah.
they had it over here. You
She
can come over
stayed
if you
home.
want. But
20 years, I think.
Yeah, about that.
So you finished 2 years
Do
of
what?
school.
Yeah, I went on back. And I liked one class
Oh.
of graduating.
coming over.
Did you ever get that? Did you ever?
I never went back, no. He was busy working, making good money. I just didn't feel like I could leave the family. It wasn't
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah.
And I had nobody to
So,
watch
so
him.
you didn't finish your first go round.
Huh?
What
You didn't
sounds
finish
good?
the first go round of school,
Oh, yeah.
and your mom stayed and finished.
My mother
Yeah,
stayed
other
on,
than that,
went
we'll
taught
come
in the
back over
winter
there,
and
but if you're
went
ready, I can come
and
back
went in
over
the
there.
summers. And that's how she got her degree and her master's.
'Cause if
And we
you're
went
ready,
out
I'll come
after.
back
I
over there
did
right
type
now.
her thesis
You did.
for her.
You went.
She couldn't
She
type.
could never. Well, not well. I could.
Mm-hmm.
I took a lot
Yeah,
of typing. I was
I'm gonna
going.
get
That's
that.
when I first started to college. I was
So I'll
going
holler
to
at
be, a
you here in a minute.
secretary.
Oh, really?
My
That's
mother thought that was.
Here for a minute, see
But Roy traveled so much his jobs, he'd go
Yeah,
job to
he
job.
traveled a
So it'd be
lot.
hard for her to ever sit down and teach at a school.
Yeah.
You went to college down there in
That was
Emporia.
there.
Emporia. Yeah.
That's where you went to nursing school?
No.
How many
No.
schools did you go to, John?
I
John,
went to school, nursing
How many
school.
schools did you go to over your time in
That
your
was
life?
back-
One every 3
Hey,
months.
yes, in
Got
Emporia, then.
to
Huh?
Emporia, I went to take some
Wamego, and
courses,
then I went there
and I got up to the last one, and didn't get it.
3 years.
How did Roy end up staying at
But
Wamego
we,
for 3 years? Was
I
just that
got
much work around there?
extra
I
help,
think
though.
because they were building.
I got
they were
really
playing
good
over
grades
there.
when I was
Oh,
there.
okay. Did he work on that?
I had
St. Mary's
these
now,
black
but they
guys
were-
from.
Had to
Roads
build
go-
Yeah, I'd
roads
go to
too.
the
And bridges-
library.
for railroads and
Black
stuff
guy
too,
did.
right?
The
He built
a
all
woman asked me if I
ro-
would, the teacher,
roads,
and help 'em.
bridges, but
They really wanted
No,
to
no
learn
railroad bridges.
English, and they
Well,
just
would there
listened to
been
every
bridges
word I
that go
said.
over
I
like
like
roads
where they
where
run.
trains go underneath?
and they were
Oh,
rebuilding a lot of them
from
old county
Kenya or
roads. He did
somewhere.
some south
They
of
were
Wamego.
black. I had never
I
seen
remember
a
he did a
real
couple-
black
2 or
person.
3
Yeah.
up there.
They were two men, and they were like,
1 or 2, I think, going to that.
And then after Wamego, then that's when they
21.
decided to go to West Fork.
Well, we
listened
moved
to
to
them.
And that was in
Garnett,
Emporia, or
yeah,
that?
I went to the
But-
library.
But you and your mom went to school
then he
in.
decided to
Oh, Greeley,
go back to
Colorado, and I went to
Arkansas.
that one.
Now,
No, I thought
Bonnie-
you went to the
Then
same
I went
school
back
that
to
Grandpa Bliss
Wamego.
went to.
And
Oh, I did at Maryville,
Lived in
Missouri. That's where I
their
went to school
basement.
when I started.
And,
I went a lot of years
Well,
there.
now, is that
in
when you
the
got married?
summer. Yeah.
And then you
we
taught during
got
the school year,
married
or
that
you
next
worked?
Yes, I
summer.
worked on. Yeah, we didn't
And
have no
then
money.
you lived
you know,
in
we
Wamego
had
for a while after you got
And
married?
they
No,
didn't
we
have
went right
nothing
to
like student
Arkansas.
loans.
So
Dad
you
had a
started
new
in
job set up
Marysville,
down there.
and
Maryville.
then
There wasn't.
then what did
by
you
that time,
do?
there wasn't
How long?
nothing
Went to
going on around
Maryville,
there.
and then the
Well,
next
was
school I
all
went
over.
to
The only
was
thing is, we was building one
Omaha,
church.
Nebraska. Went to
How did you-
I
University of
tried to
Omaha.
get on there and then.
And
you went to the University of Omaha?
Yeah, and in the summer I took a summer course
Told this
there.
old boy I was
And that was when I
18.
took and then I went back
He didn't
and
believe
she
me,
graduated
and he
and
said, well,
we hadn't got married, and then
we'll see if you
Roy
can
worked
drive this truck.
in
So
order
he had
for us
this
to go. Roy
truck,
worked at the
you know, it
lumberyard,
wasn't a
remember?
synchronized transmission.
And I had to help her type
And
her thesis.
He said, if you can drive
She
this,
couldn't
I'll hire
type.
you. So
I
he got in
typed
there
it,
with
and then
me.
another man typed
I
it
run
later
out, and they
and
were
had it perfect.
getting,
I would erase, you had
soybeans, you know.
erasers and all. But I got it typed
So,
up for her, and then he finished. He
we
he
went
would
out
fix
one of
it.
them old deal, and I drove
And
it out
they
there and
put it
back.
in the book.
Typewriter.
And we got
They
back.
put
and
they
he's
put
like,
the theses in the book.
you got a
I don't
job.
know whether hers.
Because it's better than the rest of the guys,
No.
probably, right?
It's,
Yeah,
they
so
put
then
him in the
whenever
library.
yeah, 'cause
They built
everybody
a
else
new school
couldn't drive that truck.
at Cedar.
So to get busy, he'd
or
have to
at,
take that truck.
You went to a lot.
know,
I didn't realize you went to
pick it
so
up,
many schools.
Huh?
And
I didn't
How
realize
many
you went.
colleges?
so I drove that
Went
truck for
to
several days.
Maryville.
until Things started
And I
slowing
went
down.
to Omaha, Nebraska, and
them
then
other guys had worked for
Omaha,
him all
University of
summer.
Omaha, and then the next
he let
schooling
two
I
of them
went
go.
to.
And me and another guy,
Oh Lord,
because I told him, you know, after,
where were we? We were in
after
Iowa,
July
weren't
I'll be
Yeah.
gone. And
That's the only time I
he
went to
said,
school when I
"Well,
was
that's
married to
about
you.
time
wasn't
we
it?
quit. You
That's
know,
when
and,
Allie come
we
up
go
that
to
summer and watched
some
Tom.
other-
Oh yeah, I went to
farming
school that
anyway.
summer. That was Cedar
So I
Falls,
drove
Teachers
across
College,
there,
Yeah,
and then whenever
Cedar
I
Falls,
left,
Iowa.
Way up north there.
Oh,
Way up
boy
north.
said,
And then I
he
went
said, I
after
didn't know how
I
it
went
really was. That's why I
after
never
Roy worked.
asked
That
Steve's
was the
driver's
last time I
license.
went
He
to
said,
school.
need
I went to
18, but you
that-
drive that truck.
Well, you,
That's what
Emporia,
counted.
wasn't it?
yeah.
I went to Emporia.
So that was 4 or
Yeah.
5.
Until I turned 18, I just.
Wow, I
let it
never
go.
knew. I always thought you just
Of course,
went to
they
one
didn't-
college.
No.
You can't do that
Marysville.
now. 'cause
I
you-
No,
whenever
laws,
she
laws
went.
would
Yeah,
let.
you
Who,
gotta
your
have
mom?
a
CDL.
Why did she go to so many
I-9
different
and
schools?
CDL.
Because where she
You
was
gotta
teaching,
prove
she
you
got
have
better
all
So
that.
she
jobs.
would just find a school.
Medical
Yeah,
cards.
see, she was working on her
Thank you.
master. She
So I
got a
still
master's
carry
degree.
all
She
that.
did so
I
well
don't really
that the
need it,
Ford
but I
Motor
carry it.
Company, the year she
What-
died,
what
was
year
going to
did
send
that
her for a
tornado on
doctor's
Wamego?
degree.
Because I remember
Really?
going down there.
That was,
How did she die again?
She had a stroke.
Oh.
Well, we
So that
call
one-
it
that-
stroke. It was a cerebral
Freedom
hemorrhage.
Kansas.
Her blood, a blood vessel in the
Freedom,
head
yeah.
broke.
Were you guys in the same? Were you
Like
there
70.
when the
Yeah,
where
She
you
come
lived?
Yeah.
down there
I
visiting
remember
us.
going
This and she
coming
woke
there
up
that
in the
day,
night and I ran
and
out, didn't have
You know, back
telephone, ran
then,
out,
There were those
and
people that
went
just come
some-
steal
put on with
everything, you know,
somebody's
after you
house.
had a
And
disaster type
they let
thing
me
with
in, and I
you,
called.
and there's
And
people
you
around
called
you
the
that
doctor?
were
No,
around
an
there,
ambulance.
you just had to
come
kind
and
of
got
watch
her.
what
I
was
knew
going
enough
on,
to get
you know?
an ambulance.
And you got an
Remember that.
ambulance, and then did she make it to the
She
hospital?
made, and I went up there at 3 o'clock and talked to her, and she died at 5. What's 7? You was getting off work, weren't you?
Just got off. She said she was in there, and she said I went up there and seen her, and then she said, "When you gonna get to the top?" And I said, "Sometime tonight." And when
And she
I
died in the
come
morning.
down, Elinor said she passed away. She said she gonna live till I got to the top.
And we got her to the hospital. And then I sat in there and talked to her, and somebody had Tom, a friend of ours that worked, and she said, "You go back and take care of Tom. I don't want him with anybody else."
Might steal him.
So I did. Maybe she was
Okay.
just sparing
Might
me.
steal him.
She's probably sparing you.
And then they called and said she was gone, but they didn't tell me. If they'd have told me, I'd have been. It was a lot harder.
Yeah,
Cause I went in there and I just started screaming.
you did. Because you didn't expect it to happen.
Well,
Lord,
she,
no.
And how old was she? What year was it? 1958?
64. She was 64.
No, what year was it? 1958?
58, yeah. Didn't I read
Yeah,
58?
I think 58, yeah.
And your dad, Grandpa, died in 59.
Grandpa died in 58.
58, they both did.
Allie
That was the
died,
funeral year.
Nemma died, and Allie died.
Your
all in
mom and
58.
grandma, or your grandma and mom died in the same year?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there I was. That was 3 funerals we went to.
I thought,
And the funnest funeral, the funnest funeral was when Herb died. And poor little Dave had never been anywhere but Colcord, Oklahoma.
Who?
And
Oh,
and
somebody.
AJ and
AJ,
Cindy and that
oh.
little baby. And David came, and she went, and of course, we had all the people there at Herb's house. And then she got to eat out and stay in the motel, you know. She said, "That's the funnest funeral I ever went to."
you know, I was talking to John after I talked to you about, and we didn't go to Nemma's, or the kids didn't go to Nemma's because it was muddy and stuff, but they had to pull Dad's car with a tractor over to Thornburg, and then so they get on the county road to go, and we stayed with Grandma and Granddad and Grandma.
Oh, you did?
So she must have died in the early spring or
Yeah. She
Yeah.
died in the summer.
in the summer.
Yeah.
In the summer.
What month did your mom die?
It was after her birthday because I got her a birthday and a Mother's Day present. She's down there, wasn't she?
So it was
She
May.
died soon after her birthday, the 14th of June.
It was in